Another Talks and Thoughts episode 2. Just another little like live stream I'm doing to just talk about things that I just catch my eye, that catch my interest, that I just want to talk about. That's just going on within the week or the world or whatever. But I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're all having a wonderful Friday. It is very hot where I'm at right now, in California. Let me see how hot it is. It's 97 degrees outside right now, and it's probably at least 80, or not 80, like maybe 85 and 90 in my room right now. It is so hot, but I want to do a stream today. I want to do another Talking Thoughts, and I know I didn't get a chance to post what I'm gonna be talking about, but so I'll be surprised. Like it just was a bit of a rush today. It was a bit of a rush. I hope I don't get any problems with my computer because it's very hot in here, so I'm worried it might overheat. But with that out of the way, let's get underway with the first topic that I wanted to talk about, which is a new Pokemon anime series with no Ash Ketchum. Now, when I heard about this, I'm a fan of Pokemon. I grew up loving Pokemon, collecting all the sorts of like little knickknacks, like the cards, the collectibles, the plushies, you name it. And Ash Ketchum has been the protagonist for Pokemon for years, and since I was little, like he's been the protagonist for the past 20 plus years. And there's rumors of him finally being replaced or ending it finally. I remember there was talks of ending his story in like the last series genre of Pokemon, but I want to read the article here. Let me see if I could. I've never done this before. I never done the whole sharing my desktop, so I want to make sure on the stream, I want to make sure I'm doing it right, because it doesn't really show it initially. So give me 1 second, everyone, so I can show you and read the article with you. Let me go to what is going on my phone? All right, so let me make sure it's gonna be showing. I want to make sure I'm doing it right, because it doesn't. My phone was all loud. All right, so let me see. I'm gonna click here. I want to see if this works. Don't know if it's working. Yeah, I don't think it's working. Let's try just the full. See if it does it. Oh, wait, you know what? I'm an idiot. Alrighty. The hell happened here? Okay, this is good. Okay, yeah, that too. Okay, whatever. This is getting kind of ridiculous. Why is this being so hard and difficult? All right, let's see. All right, let's see if it's doing it. Is it doing it? I want to make sure it's sharing it. Give me 1 sec. I don't know if it is. Is it? Yeah, it is. All right, cool. All right. So anyway, as I'm so new using StreamYard, and I've never done this before. All right. So this article I got on Game Rant says new Pokemon anime series is a reboot. Fans worry this could mean no more Ash. It goes on to say there has been a lot of going on in the world of Pokemon this year. Plenty more still to come, especially with the new game coming out with Pokemon Sword and Shield. Set to come out in November. The next stop is the television series. The Pokemon Company has teased a new anime series also premiering in November that will work as a minor reboot to the show fans already know and love. There are a lot of questions still unanswered about the series, and whether protagonist Ash Ketchum will be part of it is one of the most things on people's minds. So yeah, I can see how that is, because they're saying it's going to straight up be a reboot on general. But here's the thing. for me, let me stop screen. There we go. For me, they should have ended it already years ago. They should have ended it already with sharing with what is this? Replace him or make him mortal. Okay. Definitely. Because like there has been, I remember there was talks about a year or two ago of them possibly just ending the series in general with Ash and ending his journey, which they should have done already, you know, like, and because they still have him be 14, I don't know how old and how long has it been. I don't know, people don't age in anime, so it's just funny. But for me, if they were gonna end it. You know, if they're gonna end it with Ash, end it already. Start with someone fresh. Start someone who's gonna learn, who's like already knows all this stuff. Because Ash still acts like he doesn't know anything. From what I remember, every so often, whenever I would catch Pokemon. Got another comment from Dark Anger 94. I saw this topic on Twitter and I was like, "Don't do it. Don't give me hope." Definitely. Because yeah, I feel like for Pokemon, they could have clearly came up with a new protagonist for so long now, but I feel like one of the number one reasons why they never moved on from Ash is because Pikachu is like the face of the franchise, practically. You know, so it would be kind of. I feel like for them, it would be kind of like they could easily just do it anyway, where the next protagonist has a Pikachu as well. But they really don't have to. They don't have to do that. You know, like this is so funny. Got another comment here from Johnny. Hey Johnny, how's it going? Yeah, I only like the old Pokemon, but it's been over 20 years since Pokemon came out. Yes, you see what I mean? Yeah. One of the things I forgot to do, I forgot to add the hashtags for what I'm gonna be talking about here. I should have done that. But yeah, definitely. They should have ended it years ago. And if they're gonna do it already. You know, like don't prolong it more than it needs to be. That's all I think about it. You know, that's how I see it. They just end it with Ash's story. Give him a nice send off. It sucks he never, I don't know, I guess you say beat the Elite Four or won a tournament or anything. It sucks he's never really done any of that, but which is why they should have ended it in the previous series or the season or whatever that they did before the Alolan version series, where he was in that tournament and they were building it up because there was rumors of it ending with Ash's story there, and he was finally going to win a tournament, but then he lost, you know, and I don't know. I feel like that was a big mistake on their part. They should have ended it with Ash finally winning a tournament and having a good send off, him going back to Pallet Town or whatever, you know. That's just how I feel. And I'm ranting on this because I'm very sensitive when it comes to Pokemon. But let's go ahead and go on to the next topic. The next topic I wanted to talk about is Ric Flair, the man controversy. I am a huge wrestling fan for those of you that are unaware. I'm a very huge wrestling fan. I grew up loving wrestling. But for me, lately, got another comment from it's not popping up on here for me to share it, but Ultimate Deadpool. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Ultimate Deadpool X question mark. What do you mean? Like, what are you trying to ask? Is it the? But anyway, I got the Ric Flair status is where the man controversy. Yeah, I'm a huge wrestling fan. I grew up loving wrestling. Lately, the past semi 2+ years or so, I've been slowly not as invested to watch wrestling as I used to be. I used to be so involved in wanting to watch wrestling because I loved it so much. But something about it, like with WWE, the way they've been portraying the wrestling lately, it's been kind of killing my love and joy for it. And it's, I don't know, like I haven't really been that much of a fan on it. But I wanted to share this article that I read, that I found real quick. Before I read, I couldn't find the original article that I found, where it got more detail into it. Okay, and real quick before we move on with the Ric Flair one, we got another comment here from Johnny. Back to the Pokemon topic. I never watched the previous season since I stopped watching Pokemon a long time ago, but I heard the games are interesting. Yeah, I always hear the games are interesting, I only like the music. And Rick thing I find is just funny. And then we'll get back to that. But I wish I found the original article that I read that was more detail with the whole situation surrounding Ric Flair and the WWE. But let me go ahead and share with you what this other article I have. All right, so this other article is from ringsidenews.com. Ric Flair status for SmackDown Fox debut amidst the man controversy. Because Ric Flair is apparently supposed to be scheduled to appear in SmackDown when it moves to Fox on Friday nights. So I don't know how much that's going to really interfere with that. There are a lot of people who would like to claim that they are the man, but Ric Flair is willing to take WWE to court over it. We previously reported that Ric Flair was pretty hot after a WWE attorney told him that he had no claim on usage of the man. This is something that Ric Flair believes believes is his because he is using it since the 1970s. WWE and Flair had apparently worked something out so they could use the man for Becky Lynch. Then Vince McMahon's company didn't pay him. So apparently they had already agreed that they were going to pay Flair, which is kind of strange. Flair threatened to take out WWE to court if they couldn't figure out some kind of financial agreement. The Nature Boy sounds quite serious about it too, but he's still willing to appear for the company in the meantime. The two-time WWE Hall of Famer is currently scheduled for the October 4th debut of SmackDown on Fox. As of this point, he's still scheduled to be on that show. We had already heard rumor that he had pulled out of the appearance amidst the controversy surrounding the man, but he is still scheduled to be styling and profiling in the Los Angeles Staples Center on SmackDown when it makes their Friday night debut on Fox, which I didn't know they were going to be on Staples Center when that happened. I thought I clicked. There we go. All right. So basically, a lot of other things I read about all this was I got more comments. Was trying to get hair off the screen. I said a question mark. Oh, no problem. So this whole Ric Flair controversy thing with the whole man gimmick. First of all, this whole the man gimmick I think is kind of funny and kind of overly pushed, but I do get the reference behind this. Becky Lynch, when I could tell in the moment when she slipped this up, when she called herself the man, was because the face of the company has always been a man, and so like Becky was in the heat of the moment and kind of just phrased herself as the man because she was getting so red hot over the crowd and she was like the adrenaline was rushing and everything, so slipped up and WWE capitalized on it and went with it. For Ric Flair to go as far as to try to sue the company over the man gimmick, really? I mean, first of all, if I remember correctly, my brother reminded me too, Ric Flair stole the Nature Boy gimmick from Buddy Rogers. I feel like it's a very common thing in wrestling nowadays that wrestlers steal not only just like somewhat gimmicks or even moves from other wrestlers from the past, but they improve on them. They make them and they turn them into their own. And like that's just like the way the wrestling business goes. And for Flair to go that far to sue the company, it's ridiculous. Especially, I wish I found that article. I wish I was able to refind it. The other article I found was talking about Flair literally admitted that he is only suing the company because he needs the money. Apparently he was in an interview or something, and he admitted that he really needed the money. And that's the only reason why, and that he even admits that he knows it's a ridiculous reason or something. Like, it's absurd. It's ridiculous. And apparently this is even driving a wedge between Ric Flair and his daughter Charlotte, who is on SmackDown right now. Is driving a wedge between them. Charlotte is very upset with her father for trying to sue the company, which she is working for right now. And apparently there's rumor going around where Charlotte is possible that she's going to be punished for Flair's actions, which is even worse. Like, it's ridiculous. This whole situation is absurd and it's getting out of hand, and Flair needs to relax. I feel like the older he gets and like the more he's losing his mind, especially he nearly died like twice this past year. Like, I understand his reasoning though, like at least a little bit. He said that he since he nearly died, his wife was there by his side, and he wants to have money saved for them for when he passes, and for when if anything happened to him, he wants to make sure his family is taken care of. But I don't know. I feel like that's a bit of a lengthy way to go about doing this. That's just me. But yeah, I don't know. I'm done with that topic. That's just topics is ridiculous. And then the next and pretty much final topic really is give me one sec. Gotta dip and dip dip boop. Which got me a little heated. I got annoyed by it. I didn't finish reading the article yet, so I want to read it with all of you. Is apparently Ohio woman buried newborn. I came across this news thing off on Facebook. Sometimes I swipe past them, and sometimes I just quick glance, check them out. But this one, I don't know, it caught my attention, and I checked it out, and it just made me upset. Like, it really annoyed the hell out of me. Got another comment from Dark Anger 94. I mean, I do think the man is a nickname on the same level as the Phenom. Can you imagine anyone besides Taker called Phenom? That is true. That is true. I feel like if anything, it'll be a couple years at least. Because, like, well, I feel like the difference is, though, as well, the Undertaker is still wrestling. I mean, he's part-time. He wrestles time to time, and he makes more appearances where he gets a little physical and everything. Flair is different. Flair retired years ago, and yeah, I don't know, but I get what you mean though. But back to the next topic with the Ohio woman who buried her newborn. That I don't know. It's just absurd. Like, give me one sec. Like, let me go to the article I found here. An Ohio woman who buried her well, this is from CNN.com. An Ohio woman who buried her newborn in the backyard will serve no more jail time. There's the video. I don't even want to watch it. Let me see. An Ohio woman who was found guilty of abuse of a corpse in connection with the death of her newborn daughter was sentenced Friday to 3 years of basic supervision, but will serve no more jail time. As part of the sentence, Brooke Skylar Richardson, who's 20 years old, was to spend 7 days in court jail, but Jaron County Judge Donald Oda II credit her with time already served. Should she violate any terms of her supervision, Richardson could face up to 12 months behind bars, the judge said. Richardson had been found not guilty of aggravated murder, involuntary manslaughter, and child endangerment in the case, which has gone on for more than 2 years since the remains of her newborn daughter, Annabelle, were found buried in her Carlson backyard. The infant's remains will be released to the Richardson family, which will provide a proper burial and give access to the site to the family of the baby's father, Oda said. I'm forever sorry, Richardson said prior to sentencing. When the verdicts were read out Thursday, Richardson sobbed before she led out of the courtroom in handcuffs. Let's see. Life is precious, judge says. The infant partner grandmother spoke at the hearing, telling the court that she had struggled to find the right word to describe the pain she's endured since learning of her grandchild, who would have now been 2 years, 4 months, and 1 week old. What is up on my mouse? There we go. Brooke Skylar Richardson is escorted out of the courtroom after the verdict in her trial in I can't pronounce that right, in Ohio. Broken, shattered, destroyed, she said. None of them seemed to fit the amount of pain I have felt ever since we found out that not only did I lose my first grandchild, but my baby, who I would lay down for my life without a thought, lost his first child, and Skylar had no intention of letting us know. I don't know. I feel like this is getting harder to read. because it's just ridiculous. Um, the maximum possible sentence Oda could have granted was 12 months in prison and a $2,500 fine. But the judge called the case a mandatory community control case since Richardson had no prior criminal record, among other. I can't pronounce that word right now. Limited him into ordering a sentence of at most 6 months in county jail. He said, with or which prosecutors called for. Baby was found 2 months after childbirth. Richardson delivered her baby at home in her bedroom at night of May the 7th, 2017, when she was 18. 2 months after the baby she named Annabelle was born, investigators found skeletal remains in a shallow grave with a flower on top placed by Richardson, according to the affiliate. The sheriff's office stated that the investigation led to the remains of Richardson showed up to the at her doctor's office where she's taken a pregnancy test. Without a baby, prosecutors said in closing arguments. Prosecutors said when the doctor asked, she burst into tears and said the baby was not alive at childbirth and buried her in the backyard. Prosecutors painted a picture of a teen who was in a new relationship at the time and wanted nothing to do with the baby or the man who impregnated her. They alleged she killed the baby after she gave birth in the middle of the night, believing she had no further future as a mother. I don't know. It's just, what the hell, really? I mean, where is it at? Where's this other part at? I remember there was this one part saying that apparently she lit the baby on fire. I don't remember. I don't know where that's at. I don't know if they took it off. I remember hearing about that. I don't know. Oh my God, this is just ridiculous. Like, if bottom line is, if you don't want the baby, just give it to the father. And then if he doesn't want the baby, there is adoption agencies. Why are you going to take away a life like that? Like, now I'm not 100% for the whole. This is just me. I'm not 100% for the whole abortions thing. Bottom line is, if you don't want the baby, let the baby be born and give the baby a chance to live a happy life with another family who actually want a baby. There are multiple people out there who either can't have children, but they want children. So they have to go to adoptions, like adoption agencies and everything. Why are you going to take away a life like that? And for her, it's ridiculous. It's absurd. And for her to serve practically no jail time, was it only 2 months? That's ridiculous. I don't know, that situation really, really upsets me. I feel like I don't know. It's a bit much. I feel like a lot of things nowadays is easily getting pushed aside, and something like that, come on, that's not justified. There's no justified reason for killing your child, killing a baby. I don't know. That's just me. But that was pretty much the final topic of the stream. Well, I guess you could say there's one more. Wait, what? Wait, she herself killed the baby? Yeah. Apparently she. I remember reading in the article. I don't know if it was that initial article, but I remember another article saying that she killed the baby. That the baby was alive when the baby, like, yeah, she killed the baby. I don't remember if it was just she buried the baby alive, or I remember hearing another article that she lit the baby on fire. So I don't know. Like, it's the whole situation is ridiculous. I don't know what's going on with, like, over there, but anyway, before slowly end up getting towards the end of this video or this stream, I want to quick update all of you that I made a Patreon. Now, the whole thing with this Patreon that I made is, I've mentioned this multiple times before. For those of you that have been around, has been stuck with me through the very beginning, ever since I started my YouTube channel back on October 12th, which we're already getting close to a year. I'm already getting close to being a year on YouTube, which is awesome. It's been an awesome journey. I made a Patreon for those to help support me to make better content on my channel. I want to make better content for all of you, for either just not just reaction videos, but gaming as well. And why is my dog barking? But I want to make better content in general. And like, it's for me right now, it's getting to a point where it's getting harder and harder to get the proper stuff and proper equipment. And it's affecting me financially as well. So I decided to make a Patreon. For those, you don't have to, it's just there. It's optional. For those of you, if you want to go out there and go to the Patreon, I have a link in the description down below, along with the articles that I read up on in this stream. In the description, I have just my Instagram, my Twitter, and I have my Patreon now. I made the Patreon. I literally made it today. I might update it later, like just mess with it a little bit. I made the Patreon for those of you that would like to help support me. Up to you. You don't have to. It's optional. It's only there because I feel like I need help to get things going better, get things going smoother on YouTube. I want to put more focus on making better content and more focus on just making more content. You know, I want to do more gaming videos. I want to do more reactions, and I want them to look a lot more better. And it sucks, like when you don't have what you really want, just to do what you love. You know, I'm really loving this. I'm really loving doing these things on YouTube. These either reaction videos, gaming, you name it. So that's just me. I added it in the Patreon. Like, if you guys want to go check it out, you guys can check it out. But yeah, other than that, that's the last update there. If you all do go check out on Patreon, I really appreciate it. Even just take a look. It's up to you. But last little update thing. Since today is the Friday the 13th, I am not 100% sure how well it's going to work. I've tried playing Friday the 13th, the game on my PS4, not too long ago, and it wasn't loading that many, like, I guess you say, playable matches. So I'm going to try again in a little while and see if it's working. And if it is, I'm going to play some Friday the 13th, since it's Friday the 13th. So we'll check that out. We'll see how that goes. I just read the last comment from Dark Gengar 94. In a logical society, that's murder. Yes, it is. So all in all, those were the topics that I had for this video's talking thoughts of this week. I hope you all enjoyed them. I know a lot of them aren't really connected or similar. They're all bouncing around, but like I said, this is all topics that I feel like spark my interest, that I want to talk about, and things that I enjoy in general, or just things that I feel like I need to talk about, that I want to talk about and just get out there. But yeah, I'm going to see if I can stream Friday the 13th in a little bit. If I can't, and then I can't. But we'll see. I currently have in the process of editing my next Devil Artemis video. It's a little different. It's a little different from how I normally edit them. And then I'm going to see if I can record a pitch meeting in a while as well. And I don't know if I do. That's not going to come out today. It might come out maybe tomorrow or Sunday. But that's only if I do record one. All in all, that's all for today. Thank you all so much who ended up joining the stream and who took part in the comments and just joined me on the stream. This was a new test I tried doing with the whole share screen, showing the articles that I was reading. So I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all liked it of what I shared and what I showed. So until the next Talking Thoughts episode, and until the next video I come up with, stay true, and I will be too. Bye, everybody.